guys, how's it going? My name is Anife, for those of you that don't know me. For those of you that do, hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. I know it's been a while, but I figured what better way to come back to YouTube than to do an updated everyday makeup tutorial. You guys know I love a soft glam look, so what better way to come back to YouTube than with one of those? Let's bring you in a little bit closer. I've already prepped the skin, we're well moisturized, and now I'm gonna prime with the iconic London primer. I used to use this when it first came out and I really loved it, but then for some reason I just forgot about it. But lately I've been back on and I am absolutely obsessed. It really just blurs your pores, but also gives the skin such a gorgeous glow from within. For foundation, I have two main go-tos. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin, and then this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. My skin's not too bad today, but it's also not great, so I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever. They're both a medium coverage, but I feel like this one just has a tiny bit more coverage. I love how this foundation looks on the skin. It's a very beautiful natural finish. It's also super long wearing, which is a bonus. Also, I'm sorry if the lighting is bad today. It has been so gloomy in Toronto, and when it's gloomy out, it really like messes with my lighting. Everything looks so gray. I'm looking a little washed out, honestly. By the way, the foundation is in shade 1N10, and I'm just using a Sigma F89 to blend that in. I really like the angle of this brush. It makes application so easy and it's just so soft. Sigma makes really amazing brushes. Okay, the skin is looking amazing. Amazing might be a little bit of a stretch, but a lot better than where we started. Now we're gonna go in with contour, and I'm still so obsessed with this contour by Westman Atelier. It's their Face Trace Contour Stick, and I just wanna say, first of all, this shade is amazing. It's like the perfect undertone. This also blends like butter. Oh, I don't know if I even mentioned, but the shade is Biscuit. And I'm just blending that out with the BK Beauty 109. Look how beautifully that's blending out. And again, this brush has a bit of an angle, so it makes blending really easy. This contour also gives you a lot of time to work with the product before it dries down, which is amazing. I just like to apply the contour just above the hollows of my cheeks. That way it really lifts the face. And then when I blend it in, I just pat it into the skin. I want to make sure I'm not disturbing any of the foundation underneath. Especially right here, I'm breaking out a lot, so I really want to make sure that the foundation stays in place. And then I also like to apply some contour right here, again, to kind of lift the face and like make my eyes look lifted and snatched. You'll also notice that I don't really apply any contour to my jawline. I don't know, I just don't like how it looks on me. Sometimes I'll just take like whatever product's left and run that along the jawline, but other than that, I just feel like a lot of the time it doesn't look great on me, but it's all personal preference really. Another thing I like to do just to really make sure everything is blended to perfection is go over it with my foundation brush. I'm not using any extra product, just whatever is left over on the brush. And lately for nose contour, I've just been adding a bit of product on the tip right here, just underneath to kind of lift it. And then right across to kind of give me that like button effect. And then with whatever product's left over, I'll just blend that into the sides of the nose. Typically I'd go in with a cream blush right about now, but I'm actually going to be using this new one from Patrick Ta. Look at how stunning that is. It's in the shade Not Too Much. And I'm going to do the Patrick Ta method today, which is basically just applying powder and then cream on top. So we're going to save this for after we powder. In the meantime, we're going to do concealer. I'm just going in with the Lancome Teint Idole concealer. I really like this one. It's definitely in my top two concealers. This one and the Hourglass are my favorites by far. They're both a full coverage. They both look really beautiful on the skin. It gives like such an airbrushed look. And I find that this one by Lancome is by far my most crease resistant concealer. By the way, this is in the shade Buff. And I'm just using the Hourglass concealer brush to blend that in. This brush is amazing. It's honestly a little bit pricey, but I think it's totally worth it. The quality is incredible. You're gonna have this brush forever, and I just find that nothing blends out concealer quite like this brush. It feels so wrong not to have a cream blush on right now, but let's go ahead and set the face. Before I do that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and set with some setting spray as well. I want my makeup to last all day, and I find that using multiple layers of setting spray really helps lock it in. We're gonna use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder to set today. This is in the shade Cupcake. I find that this is like the perfect undertone. Cherry Blossom is a little bit too pink for me. And I like to apply my powder with a powder puff, so I'm just gonna load up the puff, tap off any excess on the palm of my hand. I'm not a big baker, so I don't wanna go in with like a crazy amount of powder. And then I'm just going to push that into the skin. If you haven't tried using a powder puff, you need to. It has completely changed the way my makeup looks. It's just super blurring, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on them. You can honestly get some on Amazon for super cheap. For bronzer, I'm gonna go in with one of my favorites. This is the Hourglass bronzer. These are so beautiful on the skin. They have like a luminous finish, and it gives the most beautiful like radiance to the skin. I'm just applying that with a Kosas powder brush. By the way, the shade of the bronzer is Luminous Bronze Light. Like with the other steps in my routine, I'm just kind of patting that into the skin, not really swiping, because I want to make sure everything stays in place. And then I'm going to bring that down to the jaw as well, and then down the neck. See how the skin has like a luminosity to it, even though we are so powdered right now? It's finally time for blush. I honestly don't know how I ever used to skip this step. Like, remember back in 2014, 2016, we would just like not apply blush. I feel like I look so washed out without it. So let's go ahead and blush up. Like I said, we're gonna be doing the Patrick Ta method today. So I'm gonna pick up the powder first. I love this shade. It is super wearable. I can see myself wearing this every day just because of how neutral it is. And I'm just using a NARS brush to apply that. I'm gonna put the name on the screen because I'm not sure what it's called. That is just looking so beautiful. I love Patrick Ta's blushes. The formula is incredible. Even their powder is so velvety, and like, look at the pigment. For the cream side, I'm just gonna use a damp sponge to apply. This is how Patrick does it, and it always looks so stunning. Oh my god, look at the beautiful like dewy glow you get when you apply it with a sponge. And I've got to say, I really love this shade. I think it's super flattering on my skin tone. Now that the base is done, I'm gonna go in with another layer of setting spray. I don't know if I mentioned, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It is my absolute favorite, hence the jumbo size. I honestly should restock. The Sephora sale's coming up though, so it's the perfect time. Let's move on to eyes. I'm gonna show you my signature soft glam eye look. You guys, it's actually so easy to do, especially with a little bit of practice. Like, once you get the hang of this look, it'll be so quick and easy for you to do. I'm just prepping with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 2. I also just like to go in with a little bit of powder. I'm not picking up any extra product. I'm just going in with whatever is left on my powder puff. This is the palette we're going to be using today. It's the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3. Ever since I got this palette, I have not been reaching for anything else. I am obsessed with it. The shadows are so pigmented. They blend like butter, and honestly, the shades are perfection. So I'm just going to start with this shade right here, and this is going to be my transition shade. I just picked that up on a Morphe M441, and like, look at how pigmented that is. I'm just applying that to the crease, blending back and forth, really focusing it under the brow, and then we're gonna pull that up and out. I really like to kind of like pull that up towards the temple to give me a really like lifted look. Now I'm gonna start working on the depth in the outer corner, but also kind of building a winged shadow. I really like this brush for that. It's the BK Beauty 205. See how it's angled? I kind of just stamp the shadow on, and it gives me that wing shape I'm looking for. Let me just go ahead and show you. I'm going to use this shade today, and now I'm going to start stamping that on the outer corner. And because of the shape of the brush, it's just kind of doing the work for me. See this like triangle wing shape? Super quick and easy to do. Honestly, this brush is a game changer. And the key to this look is lots of blending, so I'm just going to go back in with my Morphe M441 and kind of blend that out. I'm not picking up any extra product though, just whatever shadow is left on the brush. I'm going to go back in with this BK Beauty brush and just run the shadow along the lower lash line. I'm keeping it in the outer corner though. I don't want this look to be too dark. Now we're gonna take this dark brown, and I just picked that up on a pencil brush. This is a Sigma E30, and again, I'm just stamping that along the outer corner of the eye, really building up this wing shape. I'm keeping this shade closer to the lash line though, but I do want to blend it out, so I'm just going back and forth. I want it to like be a very gradient effect. Again, I'm gonna take the last brush and just kind of pat that, work on blending that out. Taking my Morphe M441 and some more of that transition shade, I'm just gonna go back in and blend some more. And this is definitely a multi-use brush, so I'm just gonna clean it off and then show you another way I love to use it. I'm taking that same brush in this white shade. The curve of the brush just kind of curves the same way your eye does, so it really gives you the perfect shape for this inner corner. I'm gonna use this same brush and then this sort of bone shade, And that is gonna go on the lid. Going back in with the Morphe M441, and again, we blend. Now I'm just gonna work on little details. So I'm taking this Sigma E06 and I'm picking up a dark brown, and I'm just applying that to the inner corner of the eye to make my lash line appear a little fuller. And now with the same brush, I'm gonna pick up this black shade and I'm gonna use that to create a shadow wing on the outer half of my eye. Again, this is just to make the lash line appear a little bit fuller. You don't need to do this step, but I do think it adds a little something to the look. Ugh, I'm just so in love with this eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and catch this eye up and I'll be right back. Okay, the shadow is looking stunning if I do say so myself. Now I'm just going in with some mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess. Oh my god, I can't believe I almost forgot. I have been loving doing a nude liner on my waterline lately. I just find it really brightens up the eye and like just adds a little bit of something to the look. This one is from Essence, so it's super affordable. It's their Stay and Play Gel Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Silky Nude. See the difference with versus without? I just feel like this just looks so much better. For lashes, I'm gonna pop on some of these Velour lash clusters. I'm just gonna put these on top of my lashes. I'm not doing them like under the lashes or anything. I'm using all three, just going from longest to shortest. And by the way, these are the hybrid style. Okay, lashes are on. They really just complete the look. Now we're gonna do brows. I'm just gonna start by brushing them in place. And I'm still using my tried and true NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. This is one of my favorite brow pens, and the fact that it's drugstore makes it even better. I've honestly been using this for years and I've yet to find something better than this. The tip is just so fine. You can really get those hair-like strokes. Now that the brows are filled, we're gonna go ahead and set them, and I've been obsessed with this Rare Beauty brow gel. This brow gel is so strong. It keeps my brows in place all day, and I have really stubborn brow hairs, so this gel is very impressive. We're almost done. Let's just go ahead and do lips. I'm just gonna powder a little bit. I just feel like it helps with the longevity of the liner. But again, I didn't pick up any extra powder. I just went in with whatever was left on my powder puff. I've been so obsessed with the Makeup Forever liners. I feel like everyone has. If you haven't tried them yet, highly recommend these. I really love Wherever Walnut and Anywhere Caffeine, but I think I'm gonna go for Anywhere Caffeine today. Just look at how gorgeous that shade is. It's also super creamy, so it just glides on. And they're also so long wearing, you guys. I absolutely love these liners. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed anything different, but I did recently get lip filler. It's been 2 weeks, so they're fully healed. They're no longer swollen. This is just the shape that they're gonna be, and I'm absolutely in love with them. I promised to always be very open about if I get anything done with you guys, and the lips are done, and I love them so much. I wanted them to be really subtle, so hopefully you guys didn't notice a big change. And I honestly think they are. I did a whole like vlog on my TikTok, so if you want to see that, go check that out. For lipstick, I'm going to be mixing two of my faves. You guys know I absolutely love the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. Their formula is just unlike any other. So creamy, so long wearing. This is the shade Penelope Pink. And I'm definitely just being extra now, but I'm also going to go in, please, I'm almost done. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of Kim KW, just to brighten up the lip a little bit. And I've been loving this gloss so much. It's the Kylie Cosmetics High Gloss in the shade Lost Angel. I'm just gonna add a bit of that to the center of the lips. And we're done. Oh, no we're not. We need one last layer of setting spray. Now we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have any video requests in the comments down below. I really need to be more active on YouTube. So yeah, if you have any video requests, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you like this vibe, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Love you.